How does one sing like Maynard from Tool? I've tried it in the past. It's not my strongest style that I've attempted on this channel, but today we're going to take a deep dive. We're going to try it again. Although today is going to be a challenge because we're going to take a Panic at the Disco song. So what is this song? I write sins, not tragedies. What does this song sound like as a Tool song? Leave it to Joey Izzo, my producer, for making a demo version, so I have something to work with. Now, what does this song sound like again?
Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. One of the things with Tool that we need to keep in mind is that, you know, a band like Panic at the Disco, this is pop music or pop rock. So it's not going to be in the same time signature, more than likely. We know this. The lyrical arrangement is just as mathematic as the instruments in Tool's music. This is why it's so difficult to pinpoint. It's going to make things a little interesting. So my producer, he gave me an example of something he did. I'm kind of curious to hear what he had to say. Joey, what did you have to say?
Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. Oh, well, imagine. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. Oh, yeah! Before doing vocals like this, I want to remind you that it's important to warm up and learn how to explore the possibilities with your voice. If you want to learn how to do this freely, I've created a free course for you, and you can access this free course by going to the link in the description or checking out the pinned comment on this video. Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, something like that. We're taking this out of Panic at the Disco land and we're bringing it into Tool world. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the floor, fucking fucked up and fucking fuck. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. Fuck, that was stupid. An exchanging of words. Of words. Of words. Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. So this is my first attempt at Maynard on this song. I want to listen to a couple of examples here. Obviously, the best example I can come up with, you know, just off the top of my head is Sober by Tool. Making every promise empty, pointing every finger at me. So, right here, where I'm feeling this, there's a planet son of Da-na-na. It's right in this area right here. A short nasal placement. Shrouding every, kind of bringing it like it's like kind of going more from a nasal short to a longer sound. Shrouding every step I take. There's a theatrical, moody energy in Maynard's voice right here. Who upon the finger rests? Who upon the finger rests? It's theatrical. Right now, there's not a lot of grit either. It's clean. Something but the best and done. It's a chest belt, but still, we're not getting a lot of. It's not a lot of grit. It's kind of there's an operatic quality to Maynard's voice. Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Why can't I love this song? Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Very dramatic. Why can't we sleep forever? I just want to start this over. And it's like you almost want to like move like Maynard, like, you know, when he performs it live. I'll give you a good example. This is all kind of really important for Maynard's style because it's more than just a voice. And, you know, back then when you listen to this production, this is 90s production. There was no pitch correction on this shit. There's no such thing as Melodyne. They don't go in there and, you know, the producer didn't go there and move a note here and there. It was either the vocal take or not. Of course, when you talk about, a lot of singers will talk about how important posture is, and it really is. But look at this guy. Look how he's like, his posture is, he's slouched over and he's still getting that very clean, bright yet heavy quality to his voice, which is really incredible. But if you listen to that, that's even cleaner than the original recording right there. Like, something but Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but the past and done. He's very bright, but he's also covered. It's got this depth to it. Look how he's moving. He's like getting ready to, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell the thing about Maynard that I love, especially from this era, is that he became his performance 100%. There's not like his identity has completely disappeared. Whoever he is as a person has completely disappeared into his performance. Look at him. The intensity in his eyes. He's grabbing his shirt. He's just like, you ever have like an intense experience, like, you know, you're on like a roller coaster ride or something, or you're doing something like, and you're just like, something is like putting you in some kind of state. Like maybe you're working out, you're grabbing, I don't know. I don't remember a time that I've ever grabbed my shirt like that when I was working out. I don't know, but it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know. He's like in some kind of orgasmic state here, grabbing his shirt, ripping it to the side, like, why can we not be sober? I just want to start this over. It's just like, doesn't know what the fuck to do with his hand. It's flowing through every fucking morsel of his being. Excuse me. Obviously, I cannot compete. I'm not going to sound exactly like Maynard. I'm just trying to get the energy in this song. Panic at the Disco. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies in the style of Tool. There is no way I can compete with this energy. But I'm taking as much of it as I can into me right now. So that's what we're doing. Let's go back to recording. I think we've seen enough of this. What a beautiful wedding. What a beautiful wedding, says a bridesmaid to a waiter. Yes, but what a shame, the poor groom's bride is a whore. No. I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No, it's been done in the face, these kinds of things with the sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of? I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of? I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing the gap? See, not quite, but I think the vocal delivery's got to be different. Closing the goddamn door, closing the goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with the sense of, yeah, I think that's, closing the goddamn door, no, it's, yeah, maybe, closing the goddamn door, no. I think that's kind of like, closing the goddamn door, no, it's much better to face these kinds of things. I think that's good, I just have to redo the, performance there. I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with the sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I need to perform it more. I like, you know what I mean? Like, I chime in. I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with the sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? Shit! With the sense of poison rationality, I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of? I don't know if any harmonies are necessary. We can do it just to see how it sounds. What a shame, yes, what a shame, the poor groom's bride is a whore. What a shame, the poor groom's bride is a whore. To a waiter, yes, what a shame, the poor groom's bride is a whore. I think that's pretty good.
What a beautiful wedding, says the bridesmaid to a waiter.
In this video, I talked about some things that were centered more around technique and how to sing certain things. So if you're interested in going into that a little bit more in depth and you want to learn how to warm up your voice, I've created a free course for you to do just that. You can access this free course by clicking the link in the description or checking out the pinned comment of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. There will be more videos like this. I'll see you next time.